Okay, hello everybody. So this is my intro video for the vlog that I'm going to start posting videos for. I plan on posting piloting videos, riding videos, and other videos that I plan on recording, whatever that may be. And for the first video, I plan on talking about my first and only accident or crash that I've experienced on a motorcycle. First and only as of this second, right now, as I talk, as I speak. So it was when I was riding my Nighthawk 650, my first motorcycle on the street. And it was 100% rider error, which is the most embarrassing type of accident you can experience. Not the worst, there's always worse, but it's the most embarrassing, because it could have been prevented. So I was coming home from work, and hold on. We're gonna have to finish this story after the highway. Simply because microphone can't pick up my voice when I'm going 65 or higher. Okay, let's see if we can catch this green light. Okay, no we can't. We gotta go around there. That light right there, I was gonna turn left under the highway. You gotta wait a long time for it to turn green again. Okay, so where was I? Car accident. Or rider error accident. I was pulling out of my old works parking lot. And let me paint you a picture of the road that I crashed on. The road is called Twin Peaks, okay? And it is a straight, beautiful road with two really tight turns in the road. Two very, very tight turns. And I pull out and I had to do that, the two tight turns. It's like about a half a mile of straight road until you reach the tight turns, and then after those tight turns it's over a mountain, and then there's my girlfriend's house, ex-girlfriend now, but whatever. Anyways, so I pulled out of the parking lot and I was riding my Nighthawk 650 Sport Cruiser, so it was like I sat up and rode. I had an apple pie, a full-size apple pie in my lap because I worked at a resort, and I just had an apple pie at the time and decided to give it to her. And surprisingly enough, I had good positive control of the bike when the apple pie was in my lap. But as I turned and was on the straight road, I kept holding the apple pie, looking down, making sure it didn't do anything, making sure it wasn't moving. I didn't want the wind to come and pick it up and throw it away, you know. And so I hit the straightaway, and then I was kind of cruising because I was ready to leave work, as we all are. And I looked at the apple pie. Okay, it's all straight, it's all good. Okay, we're good. We're straight. It's dark, no cars. We're all safe and sound, positive control of the bike. I can turn it, have good control. And I look back down, and out of nowhere, the apple pie just picks up and just smashes all over me. I was like, no, waste of a good old apple pie, and I'm gonna have to wash these clothes. And I look back up, and the turn is right there, and I thought to myself, do I bail, do I hit the turn, or do I go straight into the desert? And luckily the desert it wasn't like you fall off, it was just straight sand, just sand. No cactuses or bushes. And so I was like, okay, just straight in. I went straight in, pulled the clutch, lightly feathered the front brake, and I smashed on the rear brake. And my back tire was going in and out and in and out like crazy, and then it finally just buckled over. And then I sat on top of the bike just riding it out like, oh my god, is this really happening? And once it stopped moving, I got up really quick, picked up my bike, put the kickstand down, I just sat right on it, and I was like, did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? I cannot believe this. And I was looking around, and I was like, I'm so glad no cars were going into oncoming traffic, or else I would be one dead motherfucker. I'll tell you what. I was cruising. The bike was all good. I was all good. I didn't even care. Like, usually rider error is embarrassing, but I was like, I am glad I'm alive. Glad the bike's okay. I do smell like apple pie, but whatever. And so that was my one and only experience. As of right now, I'm making a record every time I move. This is nice. And I know it's not if you're gonna crash, it's when you crash. That's the question. Because it's gonna happen to all of us, whether or not we like it. And if you love riding enough, you'll get right back on your bike and continue on. The biggest thing, the most preventable thing is rider error. If I didn't have the apple pie in my lap, or if I had better control and I was looking at the road rather than the apple pie, I would not have crashed. And luckily there wasn't any cars involved. Rider error is preventable. Good upkeep on your bike and just putting safety in your own hands. That's always good. Anyways, so I'm Mike. Decided that's a fantastic way to start off this vlog. Talk about my first crash on my Nighthawk. And so I've been riding the streets for 4 years. I've had over 11, 12 years of riding experience. I live out in the middle of nowhere, as you can see, and you will see. I'm going to be riding through the monument right now. It is a beautiful ride. Beautiful scenery. A lot of wildlife. You gotta watch out for the javelina, snakes, deer, coyotes, because they're all out there ready to run out in front of you and smash up your fairings. And just like crashing, it's not, are they gonna run out in front of you? It's when. When are they? You never know. And of course, when deer run out, they like to just stop there and watch you freak out and hit them. But anyways, it's a beautiful ride. There's no stop signs, no stop lights. Sometimes the traffic's slow, but it's a wonderful ride. And so, I started riding when I was about 5 years old on a little mini 50cc Yamaha dirt bike. I have a track in my yard, so it was perfect. I believe that bike even had training wheels on it. I'm not sure. But I rode that bike for about 8 years. That bike doesn't have any gears. It just has a front brake and the back brake for your hand levers. Nothing for your feet. And then I moved on to an 80cc dirt bike, which has gears only, no clutch. So you can get familiar with shifting, when to shift, when to downshift, get familiar with how gears act in certain speeds. So that was perfect. And then after that, I got up to a Suzuki 125 Trans-Pastrana series, which is what I ride to this day. The regular dirt bike, 6 gears, clutch, gears, perfect. And I believe that bike, or just having the riding experience on the dirt for so long, has really helped me get familiar with putting that all on the street. Like, I'm familiar with how the bike reacts with certain things, not everything. I was not familiar with counter steering at all, whatsoever. I wasn't even familiar after I was riding my Nighthawk. I just got familiar with the concept of it, or the idea. I guess I've always done it, I just didn't know what I was doing at the time. It's quite interesting. But anyways, so I was riding the 125, and then about my junior year in high school, I decided to buy the Nighthawk 650 Sport Cruiser. It wasn't my type of bike, but it did the job. I had that bike for about a year, and I was a good boy on that bike. Good boy as in I obeyed the traffic laws and whatnot. Got my permit on that bike, and I also did this rider safety course so I can get a break on my insurance. And so And also, after you finish that course, you get a 15% off of one purchase, or not one purchase, a set of purchases in cycle gear. Anyways, so after that bike, I bought this baby right here. This is a CBR 900 1998. I know what you're thinking. Mike, what are you doing riding this senior citizen around? People are going to see you and see your little ass on that bike. What are they going to think? I don't care what they think. This is my senior citizen. I love her. I love her because she's mine. She gets the job done. But anyways, this bike that I'm riding right here costing me so much money. Oh man. You won't even believe how much money this bike is costing me in government charities. That's the biggest one right there, if you know what I mean. Government charities, if you know what I mean. And luckily, through this monument, this is a federal, what's it called, a federal park. And the wildlife rangers, or the park rangers, when they give you tickets, it doesn't go on your record, which is fantastic because I've gotten pulled over 2 or 3 times by park rangers, and I probably not have this bike or my license until I'm 26, 27 years old. Anyways, let's get back to when I bought this bike. I bought this bike a year after I bought my Nighthawk, so I was a senior in high school. And I've had this bike for almost 4 years now. And it's perfect. It's a perfect bike. I love this bike. It's so fun. All right gas mileage, it gets about 40 plus. And so when I first got this bike, I was the typical douchebag teenage squid on the road. I was thinking, hey, I bet you I'd be a badass if I didn't wear a helmet, a shirt, I'd wear shorts, and then some flip-flops. And then I'd be thinking, yep, I bet you everyone that's looking at me right now is thinking that I'm a badass. And not only that, I'm gonna speed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speed and try to go as fast as I can through cars and break the law and do all these things. I'm gonna do that because that's what badasses do, right? Typical squid. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a shot of nitrous on my bike, and then I'm gonna put a ram air intake, which I did actually, and bigger jet kit, all this other stuff to make it go faster. Faster is better. Faster is much better. Faster is better when you're dragging, but on the streets, faster is much more expensive and dangerous. I don't even care about expensive. If I would have gotten a car accident with somebody else and either killed somebody or damaged my bike, I don't know if I could live on. I don't know what I'd do. Luckily, I did not crash into anybody, kill anybody, injure anybody, or my bike. My record is, right now, this second, I have yet to do that, and I don't plan on it. Especially now, because I'm a much safer rider. And I do believe that bus right there is my brother's bus. He's going to get picked up from that bus. Anyways. So I don't know if we have time to talk about one of my worst tickets. But I don't think that's a good idea to put in my intro video, because you guys would be thinking very negative of me, and I don't want that. Man, my lips are dry. Ah. Does this guy have a license plate? This guy doesn't have a license plate. Oh man. And yep, so that is me. That was my first crash. My experiences on the dirt road, or not the dirt road, on experiences for dirt bikes and riding on the street. and I'm excited to post more videos. You can hit me up anytime. I plan on responding to each and every message that I receive, no matter what it is about. Go ahead, criticize, do whatever you need to do because I'm interested. Request videos. I plan on my next day of flight. Actually, I'm a student pilot. Will be this Thursday and Sunday. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog it because I haven't flown in about a week, so I need to get back in track with that. But I do most definitely plan on vlogging when I solo and when I actually get my license and fly. I do plan on flying to Sedona with some family. And me being a pilot full time, I'm very excited. Anyways, so hit me up with questions, comments, concerns, criticisms. Criticisms are the biggest ones for me. I'm very interested in those. And thank you for watching, my friends. Be safe out there.